looking for a special place in the garden for someone with special needs? Keep watching. And today we're going to make a sensory garden. Hello everyone, this is Audra and this is my Magnolia Street garden, and today I'm excited to do another collaboration video with the Schmieding Center for Senior Health and Education in Springdale, Arkansas. A sensory garden for adults with special needs is a relaxing place to stimulate all five senses. You can see, touch, hear, and smell the wonders of nature. It's a great place to think, to relax, to read a book, or even share a talk with a friend. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a sensory garden to stimulate all five senses. And I want to start by talking to you about some plants. So we're going to talk about taste and smell first. And I have a couple plants that are perfect for that. I have here a spearmint plant. Not only does this smell wonderful, but you can snip off a few, one of the little leaves and pop it straight into your mouth, and you get that wonderful minty flavor. I also have a Thai basil plant, which basil is great for cooking. It also has a wonderful smell. And I love this version of Thai basil because it also has these beautiful purple flowers that it makes. And even when it bolts and flowers like this, the basil is still good for eating and cooking. So next we're going to think about touch. And for that I have this aloe vera plant. And if you run your fingers up the blades of this aloe vera plant, it has a lot of great texture and kind of some little spikes, but they are not pointy enough to hurt you. Also, a little side note, aloe vera is a great medicinal plant. If you get a bad sunburn or a burn on your finger, you can just pop off one of these blades, and it has like a really sticky substance inside that is great for burns. Next we're going to think about adding visual appeal to our garden, and I have three different things here. First I have this purple potato vine, which is also great for touch. Its leaves are wonderfully ridged and silky smooth, and this is going to create kind of a cascading effect over the side of our pot. And then the next plant that I have is this one right here. I'll show you the tag. It's called a golden sphere coreopsis. And this is actually a great plant because it produces profusely, but it also needs deadheading. So it gives you something to do in the garden. When you have a bloom that's spent like this one or this one, it will produce better if you pop those off. So somebody in the garden can easily have a job of deadheading the coreopsis every day to give them something to do. Lastly, who doesn't love a good cut flower for a vase inside the house? This is a zinnia, and it is perfect for cut flowers. It produces beautifully, and it can add a little bit of interest in the garden because you can come out and snip off these tall blooms and then bring them into the house and put them in a vase. Now, if you've watched me in the garden very long, you know that I am crazy for this Miracle-Gro moisture control potting mix. And whenever you are potting up something, I highly recommend this potting mix. So here we have a big pot, and this is perfect for someone who's a little bit older and maybe can't get out in the yard. So this can go right on your porch, and you can have your sensory garden where you can access it right from your back door. So I'm going to start by filling up my pot with this moisture control potting mix. Now this potting mix comes in this 50 quart size bag. It also comes in bags that are about half this size, which are a little bit easier to manage and to fit into your car. So I've got my pot full of my potting mix, and now I'm just going to start adding my plants. So some of these are pretty good sized pots, so I'm going to start with them first. I'm actually going to start with this purple sweet potato vine. And I'm going to put it kind of close to the front so that these vines can kind of cascade over the front and give it just a little bit different visual appeal. So I'm going to put my pot down in there and make an impression, you can see, and then my root ball is just going to fit right down in that impression. So I'm going to gently wiggle this out, and then that will fit perfectly right down in there. this guy's kind of tall, so I'm going to put him kind of towards the back. So I'm going to dig this out with my hand a little bit, and then I'm going to make an impression for the pot, for the root ball. And then I'll gently wiggle him out and plop that right down in here. Alright, next I'm going to do my coreopsis. I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to get him a little spot there, and then wiggle that down in to make an impression. And then just take the root ball and plop it right down in there. Perfect. The last thing I have to do are my mint, basil, and aloe vera. So I'm going to put the mint and the basil. Now the mint will grow very big, and it will kind of cascade over the side of the pot also. So give him some room right there. And then I'm going to put the basil right in, tuck it right in there. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to put in the aloe vera, and I'm going to put it in kind of towards the front. The aloe vera is the thing that we want to be able to touch and to feel those different textures. So I want to make sure and put it towards the front where that's easily accessible. All right, and there we have everybody tucked in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the dirt area with some cedar mulch. And the reason I chose cedar is because cedar mulch smells wonderfully. So it's going to add another sensory detail to our garden. And the mulch will also help keep the moisture in our dirt. So when it's hot outside, it won't evaporate quite so quickly. It smells super good already. I'm just going to take some handfuls, and I'm just going to scatter it around the bottom of the plants to cover all the area where there is dirt. Okay, we've got everything tucked in with mulch. It smells wonderful. We have things to taste, smell, touch, do, see, feel, look at it. It's going to be great. So the last thing is you want to water. So I have these watering can singles from Miracle-Gro, and this is actually another activity you can do with your garden. It's super easy. Inside here are little individually packaged Miracle-Gro mixes, and you just rip this off, you dump it in your watering can, give it a little swish, and then you can water everything. So it's super easy for anyone to be able to do that. I hope you enjoyed learning about sensory gardens today. You don't have to pick these flowers or plants. Just think about, what can I pick that I can see, that I can hear, smell, taste, and touch, and add that to your area for anyone who has special needs and may need a special place to relax or read or just get in touch with nature. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.